It is finally time to get rid of this stupid headliner. It's been falling in my face for months now. So why don't we get started on that first. I'm going to take out all three of the little handlebar things here by removing the two screws. Now, if you are here just for the taillight video, you can skip to about 1:45, I think, into the video, and that'll be that part. So I also took off the sun visors, and then also later in the video, this little trim around the top of the headliner and the front of the windshield. And then I'm putting the screws back in there just so I don't lose them, because I know me, I will totally lose them and never find them again. I also have to take out the center bar that's right above the head, I guess your head as you're sitting in the rear seat. There's 4 screws for that, and then it kind of like flops out of it, out of the trim. Just like that. And then, I mean, I should take off all the other plastic trim and everything like that, but this stuff is so frail, I'm just gonna tear it out, and then the rest of it will just kind of pull out of the little slot there. Yeah, here you see me removing that front windshield bar thing, trim, I don't know. I had also removed the upper console for this. And then, boom, it goes right out of the slot. There might be some still left in there, but I'll get that later. And of course it left me a lovely mess on the seat, which I had to promptly clean up. Now for the headlights. So mine are really, really gross. I don't like them at all. They're like faded and everything, so I did pick up some really cheap, like $23 replacement lenses on eBay. They do for my purposes. So I'm just going to take out the 4 Torx screws. The new lenses actually came with new screws, which are Phillips head, which I use because they're a lot more convenient, so I don't always have a Torx little bit thing laying around. Maybe I should have sped the video up more. Okay, so now we can take the lens off and we see our like disgusting, gross, icky lens inside. I bought these trailer tail lights from eBay for $12 for the pair. There is 2 screws to take them apart, or the lens off of them, so let's get those off. I don't know if they're going to be bright enough, but we're going to find out. So yeah. This actually just pops right out. I was really surprised by that, so I can just kind of like pull the wiring out of the little grommet. And hey, we have a, I guess, usable LED board now. Isn't that fancy? And we have the 3 wires coming off of it. One's ground, one's tail, and one is running lights. 2 screws connect the board to the little plastic reflectors. So let's see how it fits. So obviously I'm going to need to do some trimming here, because if I put this in here, then the lens won't fit back on it. So I think I can just take it off and trim it. I went ahead and trimmed it. I actually do a lot more trimming by the end of this, but that would be boring to show you guys, so I did not show you guys. See if the tail light will fit in there. Hey, it fits just fine. I also have this little connector I bought on Amazon. It is a 3-prong trailer wire harness adapter thing that will plug into my stock taillight housing. So let's plug that in. And you always have to put it in the wrong way first, otherwise it doesn't work. So see how I put it in the wrong way first, and then now I can put it in the right way. Awesome. So we have our 3 wires, but now we have to figure out what they do, because we can't assume that the black one is ground. Just showing you, I also kind of drilled some holes in my housing to actually mount the LED board later on. Anyway, let's get to testing that tail light. I assumed that the black was going to be the ground, but it turns out it did not do anything. And it turns out that the wiring was all screwed up. So white was actually ground on the plug, and black was the ground on the actual tail light. So it's basically white to black, black to blue, and then red to red. I'm going to be attaching the LED board with some fishing line. The reason I'm doing that is because I want this to be totally reversible in case these headlights or these tail lights suck. Then I can just pop it right out. So I connected the thing just temporarily with the electrical tape. I went ahead and put some fishing line on it. I went ahead and grabbed this little like white LED board thing that came with a bunch of boards and adapters, as you see. They just plug and unplug. Then it came with a little thing that plugs right into your like your backup light housing thing, and then it's a peel and stick kind of a thing. So I just kind of stick it there for now. I end up moving the wire later, but that's all right. In fact, I think I end up moving the wire here because like the tail light won't go on there. So let's pop the tail light on here. Much easier with the Phillips heads. Of course, I had some help. He insists on helping every time. Turd. And then later we're going to change, or I guess we'll change it right now, why not, the flasher. So you can't use a regular flasher with LED lights. I picked up an electronic one from Amazon real cheap. So you basically just plug it in. Okay. And then you'll have to find a place to ground this wire to. So that said, I went ahead and opted to like ground this to the kick panel screw because the metal was pretty clean under the screw. It actually worked out pretty well, like really well. And now we get to test them out. Hey, so it actually blinks and it doesn't blink too fast. Let's try them out at night. So here's the running lights, and that does not look too promising so far. Backup light, that really does not look promising at all. And then the reverse lights. I don't know, like the reverse light's not as bright, but I like the color better. And then I ended up trying it in the day too. My big concern is that you really can't see these from straight back, and that's where you want people to see your tail lights. These trailer lights were $12 on eBay, and so I'm probably going to end up not using them. The beauty of this is that I attach my lenses with fishing line, and so I can just go cut the fishing line out and then put my regular bulbs back in because I didn't like cut up the wiring or anything like that. So yeah, I guess we'll count that as a fail. I'm going to actually pick up some other trailer lights I bought for an actual trailer. And they are bright as heck, so I'll buy some of those and maybe I'll try this again. But hey, thanks for watching the video, guys, and I hope that this inspires you to do your own. And it was just a word of advice, though. Don't get the $12 cheap ones like you saw me get here. Like, get a proper set that you have to take apart. All right, see you guys.